Guys who want to watch grappling and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, don't watch UFC. Don't. You guys are complaining about something that it's a very simple problem to fix. It's a very simple problem to fix. For example, let's say Khamzat's about to fight again. You don't want to watch his style. All you gotta do is go like this. You see this button right here? It's called off button. You just go like this. You go off. You don't have to see Khamzat wrestle. It's a very simple problem to have. It's a very simple problem to fix, guys. You guys are making it a bigger deal than it is.
Going into UFC 319, the story was simple. Everyone thought Khamzat Chimaev was this big, explosive, terrifying monster, which he is, but the one big flaw, quote unquote, was the terrible cardio. The narrative was if DDP could just survive the first round storm, maybe the second, then the fight would swing his way. But instead, Dricus was surviving the whole fight. He got absolutely dominated. Khamzat didn't just win, he erased all doubts. But at the same time, this fight definitely raised questions because as impressive of a performance Khamzat put on, it was also so dominant that the fight was kind of boring, to be honest. This says a lot about Dricus' grappling defense. He had absolutely nothing for Khamzat, but we're gonna break that down later in the video. This was Khamzat's first ever scheduled 5-round fight. This was the biggest question mark. Everyone thought, no way this guy can wrestle at his insane pace for 25 minutes. But UFC 319 flipped the script. Instead of slowing down, Khamzat showed he's got elite championship level cardio. The exact opposite. Not only did he give 5 full rounds, he set a pace that nobody at middleweight has ever seen before. I mean, except Fluffy Hernandez. From the opening minute, Khamzat wasted no time. He shot in, took Dricus down, and controlled the action like it was another day in sparring. And then once he got DDP on the ground, it was a complete domination. Every round played out the same, getting the takedowns, top control, ground and pound, crucifix, all in repeat, rinse and repeat, honestly speaking. And the fact that he was doing the same exact thing over and over again just shows that Dricus just did not have anything. At one point he had Dricus trapped in a crucifix, at several points, honestly speaking, just raining shots while Dricus couldn't move. Now Dricus did do a good job moving his head upwards so Khamzat couldn't land dangerous ground and pounds, but they were adding up. And then the stats came out. This was one of the most lopsided 5-round fights in UFC history. All 3 judges scored it 50-44 for Chimaev. He landed about 529 strikes, breaking Max Holloway's legendary record at 447, while Dricus only landed 45. Let that sink in. 529 to 45. I mean, that's just embarrassing, honestly speaking. That's not even competitive. It's a beat down. All right, the 2 main narratives leading into this were completely wrong. Narrative 1, if Dricus can survive 2 rounds, he takes over. Nope. He never even had a moment of momentum, like not one moment. Narrative 2, Khamzat cardio is trash. Well, he just went 25 minutes at a brutal pace and did not collapse. He didn't even look kind of tired. I mean, he looked phenomenal, honestly speaking. Even late in the 5th round, when Dricus had a tiny window of hope, locking up a guillotine, Khamzat stayed calm, worked his way out, and finished the fight on top, still in control. That's just championship level composure. What makes it even crazier is the road it took to get here. Khamzat exploded into the UFC scene in 2020, winning 2 fights in just 10 days. People instantly called him the future, but then came the setbacks. He got hit hard with COVID, so bad he even talked about retiring. Visa issues kept him stuck outside the US for years. Fights fell through left and right, but every time he fought, he delivered. He smashed Gerard Meerschaert in 17 seconds. He outgrappled Gilbert Burns in a fight of the year and put on a brawl. He dominated Kamaru Usman in the 1st round and then destroyed Robert Whittaker. And now 5 years later, he's finally cashed in on the hype by capturing UFC gold. But let's be real, Khamzat wasn't perfect. He's not some invincible monster. His striking still has holes. Dricus landed some clean shots, and at times Khamzat looked a little vulnerable, honestly speaking. On the feet, he looked very beatable. That's something future opponents are going to study, because if there's one path to beating him, it's definitely not in the grappling. It's going to be on the feet, and that's just the obvious path. You've got to keep the fight standing, stay composed, make him pay every time he charges in. Easier said than done though, but It's the blueprint. So the question is, who's next for Khamzat? Middleweight's got a few names lining up. Nasruddin Imavov, a slick striker with solid defense. Kyle Barrio, strong grappler, very technical, probably the frontier if he wins his next fight. Anthony Hernandez, very aggressive, pressure heavy, and he can handle pressure as well. And someone who might actually test Khamzat in the scrambles. Reinier de Ridder, an elite jiu-jitsu guy from one championship and has been dominating in the UFC so far, who he could definitely give Khamzat a different kind of challenge, and I think he would do a way better job defending the takedowns and the scrambles as well. Now Imavov and Kyle Barrio are already scheduled to fight, so the winner of that probably gets the shot in my opinion. Personally, I think Kyle will pull it off, and if he can do that, Barrio versus Chimaev, that will be a firework fight. That's just gonna be a good fight. But here's the thing, I still don't think any of these guys beat him. His wrestling is just too overwhelming. Even if you stop the first shot, he's chaining into the next. If you defend that, he switches angles. It's non-stop. It's honestly the best wrestling I've seen in the UFC. And until someone figures it out, I just feel like it's gonna take a while until we see that. I don't think we're gonna be seeing Khamzat losing anytime soon. So yeah, Khamzat Chimaev walked into UFC 319 with doubters everywhere and walked out proving everybody wrong. He showed championship level cardio, broke records, dominated every round, and now sits on top of the middleweight division. Sure, he's not flawless. The fight was kind of boring in my opinion, and I'm kind of scared that's what he's going to be doing in all his title fights, but I still have high hopes for him. Even the most dominant fighters have their off days, and if that is considered Khamzat's off days in terms of his performance, I think this man is actually going to be a good champion. Do you want to see him against Kyle, Imavov, Hernandez, or maybe RDR? Or should he chase greatness by moving up to light heavyweight or even back down to welterweight? The sky is the limit. As for DDP, I think he needs to go back and really work on his grappling. He's definitely not going to be getting a rematch. He probably has to fight someone below him. And there's a list of people he can obviously face, especially the four guys that I mentioned. Whoever the losers are, RDR, Hernandez, Imavov, Kyle Barrio. There's a lot of options, but I can definitely see him getting a win, coming back to fight for a belt again, but a slim chance. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think the height is for Khamzat Chimaev, and who in the middleweight division do you think has the most potential to beat him? Don't forget to like the video if you like the video, and hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next one.